Good morning, parents and students and everyone who's joining in us with us today. I'm Roshni, your talk show host for today. I'm from the Student Enrollment Center. And before I adjourn to our agenda today, I would like you all to actually like our page and also share it with everyone that it could benefit from. And also, okay, today I will be talking about the okay, before I go on with with our talk show today, I'd like to tell you all that it's quite a lot of transformation and a lot of most difficult adjustments that we have to go through for today. But I'm sure as time goes on, we'll be okay. And as such, today we'll be talking about e-learning and how it can benefit us and how we can make the best out of the challenging era for now. Okay, so let me introduce you to three of our speakers today. The first one would be our assistant professor, Dr. Chong Aik Lee. Good morning, doctor.
Hello. Hi, everybody. Hi.
And Mr. Tom from UCSI Group, Computer Service Department.
Hello.
And Mr. Ken from the manager from the Student Enrollment Center, UCSI College.
Oh.
Good morning, Ken.
Morning.
All right.
Sure. Yeah, I can hear you guys, yes.
Okay, sure. So let's go on with our talk. So Dr. Chong, what led to our digital transformation of UCSI College?
Yeah, actually, thanks for the invitations, and I'm glad that we are now online after a little bit of struggle with Facebook.
Yes.
Well, I have a few screens to share. Maybe I share this little screen that I have. Hold on. Yeah. Okay, guys, can you see this?
Yes.
Yeah. So what actually really transformed digital platform nowadays? I believe this little slide say a lot of things. This is one of the slides that I extract from the internet, and it really speak out loud that who led the digital transformation of your company. It seems like COVID-19 has done a significant job. What do you think, Tom? Tom has been in this industry for some time.
I agree with Chong. COVID-19 is really drive us mad, I would say mad. Why mad? Because in this crisis moment, we have whatever skill we have right now, we must pour out and utilize it into the real life application. So in this real life application, especially MCO period, this movement control order restrict us going out to work to utilize the infrastructure that company provided. But now we have to stay home in this situation. Whatever skill we have, whatever devices, whatever things that we have, resources that we have right now, we have to utilize it and in order to connect to the world. So I believe COVID-19 is really drive us into the optimum level right now. And I like this crisis.
Yep,
I see the opportunity instead of the downside of COVID-19. I believe many people are talking about downside, but let's see on the positive side on that.
Yeah,
I
think I have been trying as well to what I call it, try our best to have this digital teaching, e-learning, e-teaching, but always remain talk and people are not following it through. And a lot of time we say that we have to invest in hardware, invest in software, invest in so many things, but even after investment, nothing move. No investment, also nothing move. So actually, when COVID-19 come about, maybe the investment is not there, but everything moved. I can see the significant change of mindset and how human us can utilize our little things that we have to make it happen. Actually, it's a big thing. Actually, yeah. I remember seeing a lot of CTO talking about what kind of technology we should use, and I can sometimes see CEO saying that no, we don't have budget, and everything stopped there. But now when COVID-19 come about, CTO don't say anything, CEO also don't say anything, but things are moving.
Yeah, true, agree.
Uh, yeah. So that come to my next sharing. This is some of the slide that I managed to capture from our lecturers when they are doing online teaching. You see the amount of energy our lecturers put in, and how our students respond to this is out of this world. Before COVID-19, we may ask them, hey, come online. There are a lot of excuses. Teach lecturer, come and teach online, it's like, well, I think we are not prepared. But you see how we managed to extract all these things from the fun side, from the serious side, you know. Tom, you are,
Yeah.
I think you want to say something about this.
Yeah, it's true. But I talking about transformation, a lot of people are having a fear to change.
Mm.
So it's not that they don't have knowledge. That some of them they have knowledge, but the thing is, you see, they have the kind of fear inside because they may not suit their comfortable level. So once they change, they may have to move out their effort even more. However,
Mm.
this COVID-19 give us a agility kind of scenario and make us really go into that situation. Whatever things come, the crisis come, that we, whatever resources that we have, that we are going to pour out and going to make this happen. So why not? I think this is very good. This is very good
Yeah.
scenario, isn't it?
So
Yeah,
somehow like,
yes, very good scenario. Dr. Chong, I'd just like to ask you, what are the few challenges that maybe you have come across or students have told you before about online learning, and how do we get over it?
yeah, all these come without no challenges. Actually, there are so many challenges before and even after, and as we are talking now. Maybe I share with you one of my slide here that we prepared. You see, there are stages. Am I blocking the view of all of you as I share this slide?
No, no.
No. So as we move on, you see, there are stages. I mark 18 March 2020 as the starting point of MCO. And I mark that point as a preparation and execution. If you can see that preparation and execution over here. There we go. Let me turn it a little bit. Yeah, over here. So what happened is at UCSI College, we prepare for this MCO nearly 2 weeks before it really started. And we have training, we start to prepare the mentality of our staff, and then the staff disseminate it to all the students that, hey, MCO is coming, we may have to go online. There is a mental, physical, and hardware, software preparations on that part. But if we want to trace it a little bit further, most of our lecturers already quite familiar with online communication via various platforms. We utilize like course networking. We are all familiar with WhatsApp, messages, and Google Class and all this. There are so many platforms, and surprisingly, a lot of us are familiar with, and our lecturers and students are there and using it already. And in mid 2019, in fact, that UCSI take quite a bold step to move forward with one of the online teaching, and we try it in our own three-man show kind of things. There are colleagues that we test out Zoom, we test out Microsoft Teams, we test out cross networking with the blue button, and all this we have experienced trying all this way back a year ago, not knowing that today it become handy. All right. So and we then launch it with a class, evening class with adult students. At first, we also have the same teething problem, but eventually everybody seems to like it. And we have to even tell them that, no, we cannot do online 100%, we have to do the most 50% kind of things. So that is the first stage. as far
Yeah.
as
Yep.
my experience is concerned. So if I move on, allow me to move on to my second stage over here. Now, after 18 March 2020, when we really execute, then I'll answer Roshini's questions about is
Yes,
that a
yes.
teething problem? Yes, we have a love-hate relationship after we start. All right.
All right.
But overall, to our pleasant surprise, everybody received it positively. But there are problems. I remember lecturers coming to me immediately say, "Hey, our students don't have internet. No? How are we going to do it?"
Yes, that's another issue right now. Yeah.
Yeah, then taken us aback. And then the second sentence that our lecturer tell us, the students solve it. I said, how do they solve it? They drive all the way next to Starbucks and McDonald's and use the free online system. They drove out during MCO. Yes, they want to study. They drive out, and they say that time, I think that loose concept of all our students and ourselves is MCO is just as long as I'm still within myself and then not talking to people, I am okay, I can go out. Kind of like wrong concept, but then that is how eager a student is. And eventually the student get in touch with the, I think, mobile telecommunications, and then he got this internet up, all right? And we have a few cases like that as well. People who live in a high-rise building, have a communication problem. We solve it one by one. Our lecturers have been very patient, communicate with them on one-to-one basis at that point, all right?
Yeah.
But if you ask me now, all this has been resolved, either through their purchase of devices, subscribe to internet, and it has resolved one by one. It's a love-hate relationship. We know it's good, but then if everybody say, no, I'm not going to purchase it, I'm not going to go for it, then I think it may collapse. Okay.
Yeah.
So coupled with that, to some of the students' surprises is we have ebooks. Actually, our library actually subscribe to ebooks. Now they, instead of physical books, now they realize that, hey, I have ebooks. UCSI College subscribe to ebooks and journal articles, and all this is not something that you can obtain free from Google. It is subscribed, and it is a valid books that lecturer referred to. Yeah. So that is the second stage as we move on. Yeah. I can move on a little bit. Then we move on to the second MCO. I would say that when it comes to 14 April, along that 1st April to 14 April, after that love-hate relationship, I can see that the only word I can use is practice makes perfect, because now all our lecturers are familiar, students are familiar, all the teething problem have been resolved. Now, at that point of time, I would say that it is already 100% online, all the classes and tutorial. Okay, and of course, if you refer back earlier, we already online at 100%. But then now I would say that it is into the perfection. It is getting better and better, and everybody seems to be. When I talk to the students, actually, we have an online forum with students about a week ago, and some of the students is saying that they like it so much that I now have an issue when MCO is lifted, how to get them back to the classroom. They somehow say that can we continue doing this? Of course, we can discuss about this later on. Education is not about fully online, but then we are glad now things has been coming to that stage, and yeah. Then as we move on, you see, as we move on until this stage, people are getting more creative. I think human nature, human psychology is when we are in the position, we can be very creative. No need to do any training anymore. It's like everybody exploring. In fact, I'm learning every day, bit by bit. And like today, we are learning that we may have a technical uploading problem with Facebook. Today also, I learned about Zoom, technical part, deeper part
True.
of Zoom. Yeah,
True.
you can
True
give me
that.
a lecture about Zoom, but then at the end, my hands-on experience is
It's
fantastic.
always the
So
best. Yes.
yeah, always the best. Yeah, yeah. Then that part actually actually really happening in our students and our lecturer life now. You can look at they are now doing digital final exam. When I
Yes.
say digital final exam, they actually take all the paper exam into the platform and digitalize it. When you digitalize it, uh, the say for example, the multiple choice questions can
Mm-hmm.
go random, and option
Oh.
of the multiple choice also start to go random. Now that is fantastic, and then students long short questions students will answer online. So
Right.
if you
Okay.
want to talk about saving paper, this is saving a lot of paper, man. This is saving a lot of paper. All
Yes,
right.
it is. Yes,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah. Then when we also become very creative to do the online invigilation. Those of you who want to know more about online invigilation, you can talk to me. Then we can discuss a little bit more. Tom has been with me, I think, nearly every day. Tom, we are talking about online invigilation, how to move forward, how to move forward.
Yes, yes. We are talking about the exploration, how to apply into our real life and make things happen.
Yes, yes.
So,
It's so much creativity. Yeah.
yes. So, Tom, I'd just like to ask you. So, so far the online invigilation has been going on. You think it's better than face to face, or online is better? Which one? Even to Dr. Chong, do you all think online learning is better compared to face to face, or which one percentage is better than the other?
Yeah. If I can
Online,
yeah. Tom, you go ahead. I've been talking actually.
okay. Starting from online learning, which one is better, face to face or better? To me, I was thinking about both. Coming in both
Okay.
would be better because we need to have a physical in touch with people as well, and we also need to utilize
The
technology
digital. Mm-hmm.
in order to connect people or connect to social, or connect to the world. So we cannot left out only just one, focus one on it. It's best to have both.
So I'd say blended learning.
Some call blended learning, some may
Mm-hmm.
call mixed mode delivery.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
I have one slide on that after that as well on the mixed mode and blended learning. But
Okay.
online invigilation is a very big thing as far
Mm-hmm.
as academician is concerned, because academic cheating have to be minimized as far as
Yeah, correct.
the validity and reliability of the examinations. Yeah. We have to ensure all this, and that's why Tom, me, and the rest of my the colleagues at UCSI focusing on this a lot and a lot. Okay, and then come the next stage, the challenging stage that we are now going to embrace is digital marking. Now, how to mark
Yes.
digitally?
Digital marketing.
Right.
Yep.
On the surface, like okay, just put in the marks. I don't think it's that as simple, because we have to make sure that the marks is allocated accordingly. So for multiple choice question, easy, the most easiest one, because answer is there. Then the marks is immediately reflected in the spreadsheets of the lecturers. But now the long
Right.
questions marking, so that the comment and all this have to be digitalized. Now we don't have the red ink anymore to mark at the
Yeah.
side, so
Yeah.
we have
Yep.
to use the digitalized marking. So that is actually, to me, it have an opportunity to a lot of marketers or a lot of programmers out there to assist
Yep.
us
True.
to move forward. Something that very challenging, but then it's not impossible to be resolved. Yeah. So that is what I see as far as the phases is concerned. Yeah. And yeah, I pass back to you, Roshini.
Let me top up something.
Yeah.
I would say because just now we were talking about online learning, and what Chong also talking about this creativity exploration, that is digital marking, so on and so forth. I would say we don't have a perfect solution. Okay, we don't have perfect solution.
Yeah,
When I say
true.
so, I also believe we also don't prefer perfect, because when we reach perfect, then we will become a complacent mode. We'll become like stopping there and then no need to do anything more. I always like to have a room to improve. So looking at the crisis, looking at the moment that we are currently facing right now. So when we have room to improve, then it will keep us motivated, keep us going forward.
Yes,
And with this current situation, I would say there is no perfect solution as well.
True.
But to see the programmer and many other area, even the application engineer, they are still taking a step in how to apply this application into this kind of scenario or this online examination, like online invigilation. So these are the challenges still facing as well. For example, invigilation. How are we going to monitor people that behind the screen? That's not possible. No matter you're on screen, you can monitor, you can lock down the screen and allow students to do. But behind the screen, you can use camera to look at
Yes.
surrounding. Okay, this is how we control. But they still have flaw. But you see that is a way for us to continue to improve. No problem.
Yeah. Okay.
Interesting.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Good. So
Okay.
if I, you see, now we are at the e-teaching stage. Yeah, we haven't talked about the student. We talk about teaching. We haven't talked about learning. How about student perspective?
Yes, Doctor, how do you enhance students' learning via online teaching actually? How do you get them, not distracted, get them learning for a very long time, has it not distracted, concentration is not disturbed? What can educators do to get them pay attention for a long time online? Because yeah, we have students who actually have difficulties in paying attention for a very long time, especially when it comes to online, because you have distractions at home and everything. So how do we enhance learning online?
I saw one article recently about concentration. That particular article says that if the person know the purpose of what he's doing, his concentration will be enhanced. Okay, but that is, you see, that is the key parts of students coming to education. I'm talking a little bit philosophical now, because when they select a course or program to study, they have to know the purpose, number one, then the concentration will be there. All right. Then when they study, of course, the lecturer have to tell them what is the purpose. But now with the technology embedded into the teaching, a lot of feedback coming to me is that the students started to communicate and started to learn a little bit differently. Maybe it's new, I'm not sure, because everything is new, so they concentrate, their focus point is there. How did they do that is, the students started to ask questions via typing. Last time, they are very quiet in the class. Now they start to ask questions via, no, they are not shy anymore. I'm not sure why they are not shy in the camera environment. I am a camera shy person. I tried a lot of courage to come in front of camera and talk to you guys. But the new generations tends to like cameras, like the chatbot, and then they start to ask questions. So a lot of lecturers are overwhelmed when I ask them, how is the class? They say, hey, they start to ask a lot of questions. Last time they're very quiet. So the focus point suddenly there.
Yeah.
Now, it come back to my theory just now. I say that someone have to have purpose in order to study. I think most of the students have purpose why they want to study. But in between, we now have this platform that enhances their ability to start thinking and ask questions at their own pace, at the environment that they have been brought up from. Maybe I'm from a different generation where we go to classroom, but they are from different generation. Now it seems that we have found a platform that fit them to ask questions. So a fantastic scenario and environment that we see now, actually. Yeah, I can share with you this slide now, the e-learning slide. we did a survey recently,
Mhm.
and half of our students responded to it. You look at the green line. All the answer questions that we asked them, actually, they are quite positive. And this is quite a good survey, because we don't influence them. We are just putting up a general survey online, and can tell you that they are satisfied, very satisfied. I think it's because it fit their generations well. And if I push it one more page over here, you can see their response, because we have an open question, and I want to go through some response here. Say, for example, here you see one of the students say, I feel much more comfortable and less stressed learning at home. In my opinion, it is easy to understand the lectures through online because I would feel less distracted. I could join the online class right or time or earlier. So they value flexibility, you see. So
Yes.
these are the generations, okay? And over here it says technologies allow us to concentrate. Allow us to, sorry, I have to go back again. Yeah, pressing. Allow us to continue with our syllabus even though we are not in school. This helps us not to fall behind. Yeah, and a compliment to a lecturer. Mr. Tan give clear lecture even during e-learning. I extract this out because Mr. Tan is actually our very senior lecturers, and I think he's about 50 plus, near to 60. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yes.
Mr. Tan even embraced into technology, and student like his teaching.
Way
So
of
it's
teaching.
not about generation. Actually, our lecturers of various group, from younger lecturer to more senior lecturers, all embraced into this. Yeah, and thanks for their hard working and still able to teach properly while online. All right. Thank you. Notes from our lecturer again. Yeah. There you go, for putting effort to do online learning. I can see they are putting a lot of effort. Yes, I do agree. We really put in a lot of effort. It is not that straightforward. Okay, like what you say, we have to enhance the experience and make sure that they like it. And as a result of all this, we have another lecturer, a few lecturers' name has been mentioned. I didn't change anything. I just extracted out Mr. Hamza by far is the best lecturer, I think, in teaching. You know, they like this lecturer and stuff like that. So there are a lot of compliments. I just extract a few to share, actually. Yeah, pass back to you guys.
Yes, Dr. Chong, I have one more question for you. There are some students who are actually hesitating whether to join the May intake or the September intake. What would you advise the students or parents?
My personal opinion is we should not stop learning, and in fact on the other end, UCSI and a group of educationists in the nations has been trying our best to make sure that we deliver it through online learning as far as we can. Yeah, some of the classes cannot go online. Yeah? Like some lab is very difficult, hand work. So we hope that when MCO is lifted, then all these class will be scheduled at the later stage. But then all these other courses, which can be online, we will put online, and majority can go do online. But then we will encourage students to come on board. For another thing that is very important, I think the reason why some of the people decided to join private institutions, private university or private college for their study is because the speed of graduation and employability. All right. It is very important as far as competitiveness is concerned. You graduate as fast as you can and earn experience in the working world as fast as you can. Because if I analyze it a little bit deeper, I look at public university that they delay their semester and then now delay even their intake, all this. Actually, that create a gap for a lot of private institutions students who now with our online learning can graduate earlier. 6 months earlier of graduation of a similar course may make a difference between an officer and a manager. So if I graduate 6 months earlier, I will be hiring somebody of my same age, study my primary school and secondary school together. And when they come into a workforce, you'll be surprised that you are the one who interview your peers and you're already a manager. And that is how competitive a person should be. And private university and private college always very alert and aware of all these things. And we are always there to help them to make sure that they graduate competently and get the right job and be fast. And now I see that opportunity. So those students who are in UCSI College, if you hear me, graduate as soon as you can, grab the opportunity, grab the job. As I told you, 6 months, you become manager and your career will move on. And you won't be regretting this moment. Yeah, that is what I would like to say about this.
Okay, all right. Thank you so much, Dr.
Yeah,
Chong.
Tom, you have something to say on this?
Yeah, let me just top up because when you stir me about the 6 months period of time, I would say 6 months to gain experience is very much important. So what is experience? Experience means it's not only by measuring time. Means it's not only talking about 6 months. If let's say in this 6 months you're going through a lot of difficulties, but you overcome these difficulties, and that's where you gain your experience, your knowledge, and a lot of things that you are given a lot of impact in your company. Sometimes it may be given the impact to the society as well. So it depends your work nature. So I believe 6 months, I will look at the experience more than the position as well. So these are very important.
Yes, agree.
Yes, yes.
Agree.
Thank you so much.
The experience will lead to the position and will lead to the progression of somebody.
Correct.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Okay.
Ken has been very quiet. You want to say something about this?
I think Mr. Ken is probably busy with
the questions that is coming out. All right.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, Dr. Chong, we can move forward with our slides.
Yeah. Okay. The next slide we have is actually the blended learning that earlier you all discussed about whether online is the way forward. I don't think online is the best of all because in education it's just not about teaching the knowledge. If just teaching the knowledge, actually you can go online and Google and there are so many platforms that you can learn. But higher education teaching is more than that. We are talking about human touch. We talk about character building of a person. We are talking about forming a next generation which is highly employable. So that is very important when we come to higher education. So blended learning, I believe, is the way to go. So we have to incorporate online learning. We cannot escape that anymore. All right, it's like driving to work. If an employer asks you, hey, you come to work, and they say, I don't have car, and then but I have other means of transportations, LRT, all this. Okay, as long as you can come to work, I'm okay. So you can't tell your employer that I can't come to work because I don't have transportation, I don't have this, right? Now, the new generation, you can't be telling them that I don't know how to type. I don't have handphone. I don't think our employer will expect that, hey, you don't have handphone, should I buy it for you or what? Okay, I remember my father's generation, those people who have mobile phone is like, wow, man, you have a big mobile phone. And some of them don't like to have mobile phone because they say my boss can trace me anywhere they go. I remember my father is telling me, hey, my boss is tracing me because I have phone. All right. But now, I think without that, I think we can't get a job. Okay. So basically, e-learning is here to stay. And all of us have to learn how to use it. And at one point, I think we discussed about should all our students have a laptop? Okay.
Yes,
I think
about that. Yeah,
it's become a necessity already to a certain extent for job employability. So our students, I think, have to learn how to use Microsoft Words, Microsoft PowerPoint, and Excel, and to a great extent, a lot of databases, right? And at UCSI College and UCSI University, I'm so glad that we subscribe to Microsoft 365, and it is actually free for all students. When you become our student, it is all free. So that part, we have to fully utilize it. And of course, on the other hand, is our classroom training. All right, classroom training will include tutorial, include lab, workshop that students have to be together, and also presentation skill, interaction skill, teamwork. So learning is not about just knowledge, right? It's about soft skill that we have to develop. So blended learning come hand in hand in this nature. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much, Dr. Chong.
Yeah. So that's what I see. Yeah. Hopefully it makes sense. Yeah.
Yes, it does. Thank you so much, Doctor. Anything else to add, Tom? Do you want to say anything?
Yeah, blended learning is kind of face-to-face and non-face-to-face, or consists different mode of delivery teaching. I would say, you see, all this is actually consists of the mindset. How are we going to captivate in our life? So the mindset is we are preparing for ourself as agility or agile to any situation. So we see MCO comes that we're able to switch our mind from face-to-face, certainly to non-face-to-face, or probably we still call digital kind of face-to-face as well. So technology comes in the right time, that we're able to work from home. Okay? And students able to study from home. That we are still engaged, that we are still connect, okay, one another. E-learning and classroom training, it has another kind of a different aspect of learning when we come to the physical. So when come to online, of course, the engagement way is different. So I would say the mindset is very important. Are we able to cater the shift or not? If let's say we're able to adaptability. So
yes.
I will talk about the agility even more. So when I believe the younger generation, they are more on online. They are more online. If you agree with me, this is my personal.
Yes, it is.
Yep. And maybe some of them that feel shy, that they want to raise their hand to talk, to ask question in the classroom, but they don't feel shy to ask question in
online.
Online digital form. So they will prompt you a lot of questions as well. But this is one of the way to engage them. We still want to encourage them when come to the class and raise their hand to talk, because this is really social. What I call that, social in touch, that we feel the presence, that able to walk out from his own room,
comfort zone,
or own room. We don't want to people that just conceal themselves without people surrounding them, or by just looking at the screen. But people are surrounding them, they're still able to walk out and talk to someone else. So these are the encouragement that we want students to face to have as well.
Right? Yeah, but meaning it's like to get students to build their soft skills, their social skills, speaking skills, presentation skills, because it's needed in the employment world, though.
Environment.
So
see in our world right now is so dynamic, change. Today we're talking about COVID-19. Who knows, in 2 weeks down the road, we're talking about COVID-20, 21, 22. You never know.
Hopefully no, touch wood.
But you see, in the past we have SARS and we have this, but we never expect it comes so fast, COVID-19, isn't it? It was just a slip of finger, and then become that we say we had to work from home, no choice, something like that. Just within 2 weeks time for us to preparation. But talking about that preparation in our campus-wide infrastructure, but how many people know that our infrastructure has been prepared for number of 10 years? So it's more than that. Infrastructure prepared is more than that. But so that we're able to prepare people, able to shift in within these 2 weeks time from classroom training become e-learning. So we are slowly or bit by bit prepare people's mindset or prepare our instructor as well and telling them, and this is the things to go forward.
Good,
right?
good.
This is my
Yes.
personal opinion.
Yes, yeah. Thank you so much, Tom.
Right, sure.
Right. Dr. Chong, shall we move forward with the slides?
Yeah, can. Yeah, all right. Let's move towards this. Yeah, I kind of prepare this slide on critical success factors of teaching and e-learning, based less on the research point of view, but most based on my personal observation and experiences throughout this one month plus a little bit, a few days, right? So based on my own observation, on-the-job training seems to be the key for the success of this e-learning and e-teaching. So all our lectures are put into the sea where there are a lot of sharks and they start to swim, and they are quite successful in swimming. It sounds a bit cruel, but then that is the situation that we are really in. We does do a preparation, but I think the preparation is only about 20 to 30% of what they are knowing now. Turning back, I think the preparation and the training that I remember giving them, they will be telling me, hey, Chong, I think what you gave me is only 10-20%, but we trusted you. We jump into the sea and swim. But now we are getting better. I think that will be my sense now, because they are now so better than in the reverse, the trainer are learning from them instead. So much of advances moving ahead of us. And the second part that I will focus will be the I would say the positive mindset. Very important when we start this what do you call that? Sorry, I'm pushing this. Okay, as we proceed in this online teaching and learning, we need a group of positive mindset colleague. Yeah, of course, I'm trying to tell you that during our hate love relationship, that period of time, there are people who come out to say that no, it doesn't work. I don't think I like it. Online teaching is not good. So what we really do is to gather more positive mindset people to overshine a little bit of negativity, and the positive people are leading all the negative mindset to transform them to be positive. I think that is so important, that we surround with ourselves with very forward-looking and positive lecturers and students to move forward. I think that is important. That is my own feeling, and I'm lucky that all our lectures are so positive and really move forward. If I tell them that, hey, no, it's very difficult, then nobody is going forward. Now, we're also very glad that UCSI College, we have the fundamental software, and we choose the right software to start with. We have course networking, we have Microsoft Teams. It is a top software in the market now, and we choose the right software really to start with, and that really moved us ahead. And then our lecturers are not here going into it. This software is not good, man. I have to relearn and learn and start. So the reliability of that software is so important, right? Intuitive, more important. In fact, a lot of training manual is not good in this IT world. It's like when we hold up with WhatsApp, and Microsoft Teams and course networking, I think it just takes half an hour and the lecturer already okay already, is moving on. Like Microsoft Teams, when they do a teaching, is like intuitive. We give them half an hour, 1 hour training, and the rest is history. And the next thing you know is they start to explore and become better and better. That's important. And subsequently, I look at hardware. All right. At this moment of time, all lecturers need to have at least a laptop to start with. All right. And all students at least need a smartphone. listening to someone. And again, I'm glad that all our lecturers have a laptop. All our lecturers have a laptop. How does it happen? I think all of us know that working in UCSI, all our lecturers need to have a laptop.
Yeah.
So that is the underlying basic things. The infrastructure is already there. So that already minus all the challenges. And to a very great extent, most of our students have a smartphone. I think the generation have moved on. If I look back maybe 10 to 15 years ago, if I start this and people will say that I don't have smartphone, I don't have this, I don't have that, I can't start. But when this thing happened at our campus, I'm specifically referred to our campus because I think we are a lucky campus and a lucky place that we are here. Most of us have decent devices to do online learning, because I hear a lot of news from the Kementerian, the ministry, saying that some of our students may not have as lucky as we are having a hardware. Yeah, so I regret hearing that, but then to move forward, I think hardware is important. I remember those days that our minister promoting a laptop with less than 1,000 ringgit or 500 ringgit. I can't remember that. At one point of time, they're giving free. I hope they are still using it. And that actually is very good. I think they should revitalize that so that all students will have a minimum devices to start with. If this is there, I don't think we're going to have that hardship today, right? True. But I'm glad that at UCSI, this has been settled. And then, of course, the recording. Our lecturers, I remember a few years ago when we say recording, everybody is running away. No, don't record. All right. And some even say that is my private intellectual properties. You can't recording my lecture or this. But now recording seems to be open. Even as we talk, we start to record. Yeah, and it's very good for students, because students keep on saying that if we record, then they can refer it back again and again and again.
About to us. Yeah,
that's very good. And some may have a little bit of challenges during that time, may then go back to the recording and relearn it again. All right, so yes. So that is a good thing. And of course, we have to look into the security side of what do you call that, publishing all our information. That's why we only allow our students to come into the enclosed environment where only our students and only our lecturers can be in that environment, and no intruders from other public to come in during their class. So that is very important. I'm glad that Microsoft team and our course networking work in that environment. It's not an open environment. Yeah, it is within that environment that they are working. Creativity, our lecturers, no need to mention, humans are very creative. When you give them, we put them into a situation, what I can see. And online resources, of course, now more and more important, that we can see that journal articles and ebooks, which is already available in our libraries, all our students, they already going in and start to look into the ebooks and online resources. For the first time, our library is empty, of course, MCO period. But when it reopened, I think the physical book may have a little bit of challenge. Yeah? Okay. Now, of course, at the end of the day, I put the last critical success factor as employability. Yeah, because all this online teaching, online business, online learning will create employability for our students in the future. Embrace it together with your lecturers. Even our lecturers now, if I want to say it a little bit detailed, all lecturers who now don't know how to go online teaching, do you think the employability will be affected? It will be affected, right? So I cannot be hiring somebody say, I don't know how to do online teaching. Then I need online teaching and you don't know how to do online teaching. Then how are you going to be? All right. So we have even diploma in early childhood education. In fact, that particular department is been exploring, is it feasible to do online teaching for early children, at the age of 3 years old, for example. And in fact, our CDC, our Early Childhood Education Center at UCSI already embraced into e-learning. And I'm subscribing to it, and I see it's fantastic, and they record it, and the teachers teaching all the small children. You see, then employability is so important. So it's on-job training. Our students are on the spot and learning all this, and we just need to be more creative, doing it better and better and better every day. And so that when the employer see our student, they will see that, wow, you guys are different. And that is where the spark of employability will come in. So all this is on-the-job training, on-the-job studying, embedded inside our students, and without them knowing, when they go out for employment next time, people will see a difference in them. Well, that is what I can share. So as far as employability is concerned, and the critical success factors. Yeah, I'll pass back to you. Thanks for the time. Yeah.
Yes, Dr. Chong, I have one question for you. Now, due to the MCO, right, traveling in and out has been banned, as we know. Yeah. How is this going to impact students who want to attend a foreign degree? What would you advise the students? And what are the alternatives available?
Actually, I'm very into this. That's why I put up my background slide as a 3+0 Oxford Brookes degree.
Yes, doctor, can you explain to us a little bit more about this degree?
Yeah, I think a lot of parents are facing some difficulty because the pandemic actually is worldwide, and moving to other countries is a little bit difficult now. So yes, one of the opportunity is when they come to UCSI College, we already have this foreign degree program that can transfer them to the foreign campuses when the pandemic is of less challenges. All right, they can study the entire program here, 3 years to earn a degree. And always I tell my students, complete your degree here. If you have certain budget, complete your degree here. And with the same budget and same amount of money, do a master's degree overseas. And you have that particular budget and stretch it to the max. But now, I don't need to tell them anymore, because you can't even go to UK perhaps now. It's like, okay, now come and study, and it is online. The syllabus are the same. The things is identical, UK, US, or here. So this gives them an option, and now it's become a real option that it is important to continue their study as fast as they can, so that they are not delayed. Because moving overseas now with that situation, they may delay the class over there as well, but we are not. Our campus will move on.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, now many industries have taken a hit from the COVID-19. So how is this going to impact graduate employability in general? And how long do you think this would last?
Tom, you want to start with, or you only? I've been talking a lot already.
Yes, Tom.
Talking about this, is it to leverage I believe in the world right now, they are looking on the vaccine and how to cure on COVID-19 in as quick as possible. So talking about, in order to make people feel comfortable that able to social again, it will take quite some time, at least number of months, or maybe talking about years. I remember I see an article from Harvard. It stated that it may probably until 2022, which I think a bit long. I'm not too sure I'm not too sure what kind of research they do, but this is the article that I read from Harvard they make. However,
I think, I think.
Sorry, you can continue.
Sorry, Tom, go on, Tom. I will add in later on.
All right. However, I see in terms of cloud, they are gathering together, which is not so encouraging in the near period. So I think you see, even China, they already lifted up their what call that, the MCO, but
Yes.
the rate of patient is going up again in terms of the COVID-19 patients. So I believe it will take some time. Viruses will not just fade away itself. It will take really, really some time. Okay.
Yes.
We have to realize this fact. But of course, a lot of businesses, it will be affected. Talking about businesses will be affected. And in terms of businesses and also the employability, and this is a dynamic talking about in the world, and they are working towards and how to make a change, because can no longer using the old style that we are focusing on the physical way. We have the combination way on maybe physical and also the digital or technology, also called online method, right? So, and probability, I would say it was still there. Opportunity, it was still there. It depends on, but it cannot be based on what previously offered, but it has to be enhanced and changed in terms of dynamic way.
Okay,
right? I hope I answered your question.
Yeah. Thank you, Tom. Thank you so much. What I wanted to add in just now is based on your research. I mean, based on Harvard, what you read, it will last until 2022. I think because currently I'm pursuing my master's as well. So I remember my lecturer telling me that the Spanish flu lasted for 2 years.
Oh, wow.
So maybe based on that, because my lecturers told me that. So hopefully it doesn't happen. But yes. Anything else to add in, Dr. Chong?
Yeah, I think I'll still stay back to my view that since we can't control COVID-19 things, I cannot control it, so I will not try to control it. Okay, so what happened is that what we can control is now how soon our lecturers, how soon our students would like to graduate. And I always inspired by this concept of when there's a danger, there's opportunity. Okay, so with that, you see, everybody is thinking of, wow, employability is going to be affected. I can't get the job, so hence I delay my study. Is that the right move actually? So when we're running uphill, when everybody slow down, you need one person during uphill and run faster, that person will be a winner. So instead of doing that slow walk and delay our study, I would say that go fast. And instead of employability, look at self-employment, look at entrepreneurship, look at other things. So the disruption will have to make us think in other form and other opportunity and move forward. And we have to keep trying. There's no formula. All right, have to keep trying and until we are successful. And I think that is the only way to go. If I use back the old formula, I think we are going nowhere. You have to embrace and move on. It's like what we embrace in online. On the 18th March, we embrace and we work. And if we keep on delaying and then start to analyze and think and draw, go back to the paper and start to draw and argue, talk, and nothing move. So we have to walk and talk and move and explore. And Tom is with me and Tom is laughing. I know, because Tom, we have been discussing every day how to move, and then the solution next day will come alive and we move on. Yes.
It's true,
Tom,
Tom.
we have to.
Yeah. In fact, I would say during this MCO period, we are, for us, is working even harder. Work from home, I would say, so tiring.
Yeah, very tiring.
My working hour is no longer 8 hours. It's more than 8 hours. It's more than that. It's way more than that. But you see, patient, our can see our focus is the what? To focus how to meet how to solve the problem, how to provide a solution. And this help drive our patient as well. And that makes us even enjoy even working more hours. So I'm so enjoying, in fact.
Yeah. I think I want to add on, when I saw this letter from a young kid sent to Dr. Noor Hisham,
Yeah,
recently,
I read
right?
it yesterday.
And yeah,
Yes.
Frontliner.
and when Dr. Noor Hisham wrote back and he say he is not the only person, behind him is a team. Actually, when I read that sentence, I really feel it. It is a team effort. It is not
Yes.
me or Tom. Actually, me and Tom working like hell. I know. So we text each other until midnight. But it's a team of people. And there are people beside both of us in front of you all. There are so many behind that make it a success. So that sentence by Dr. Noor Hisham really touches me as well. It's like, it's the entire team.
Yep, it
It's
touches
the
me as
entire
well.
team that make it a success.
Yeah.
It's just that some people are put in front to talk about it.
Yeah,
Yes,
I
yes.
agree. Because when talking about this, to provide solution, it has to come in team. We have to brainstorm what are the consideration involved. So I really had to thank my team. I mean, my colleagues, my team, who are contributed their ideas and contributed their skill and also knowledge. And how are we going to solve this? Then we only conclude how are we going to move on from there. There's no perfect solution, as I said, but imperfect make perfection.
Yes. Yep.
True.
Yeah.
All right then. Anything else to share with us, Tom or Dr. Chong?
Yeah, I'm okay. Actually, I'm thankful that we are still having our job, actually. And although we are working hard, there are people out there that need help, and perhaps we can have a look at them. They need food. It's time to think about them as well. And I'm grateful that we are still working. Okay.
Yes. I'm thankful too.
Yeah. All right.
Leanne, are you with us? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can.
Yeah.
Yes, Leanne, I'd just like to let you know the master's program, the MBA is offered under UCSI University, our sister institution. So if you are keen into masters, I will pass your contact to my colleagues over at UCSI University. All right?
Okay. All right. I think Leanne can you can contact Leanne subsequently. All right.
Sure.
Yeah, that'll be better. Yeah, we have Dr. Rizwan
Is
here.
it,
I can see Dr. Rizwan is in our chat group.
the question as a public, is it UCSI in future will using online for study? Online?
Yeah, UCSI will do a blended learning as we go ahead when MCO is lifted. Okay, and this will allow the students to come to class online and also face to face. Okay, because some of the teaching have to be face to face as well. But if MCO continue for the next 2 years, then we have to reformulate our way. But I hope that it don't go that far. If it's lifted in 1 or 2 months after Raya, then we have to continue to go online until Raya, if that is happening. All right. Okay, guys.
All right.
I think
Sure.
online is better than face to face, right? Because even though face to face talking more than learning, right?
Yeah, I think the students like the the online way of learning. But as an educationist, we have other objective and other learning outcome to achieve. So it have to be mixed to enhance the learning. Yeah.
So I see from here, the students university, they like online more than, because when I check from them, they say, yeah, online is even better because they just sit down there 1 or 2 hours, you see. So after that, they can do their homework, they can do their busybody things, what their feedback lah.
Yes. Yeah, we have the same feedback. Actually, the students like it so much. Now I have another worry. When the MCO lifts, how to ask them to come back.
Because they say they no need to just wake up so early for stress for Grab, you see, stress for jam, everything.
It's exactly the comment of during our forum. The first speaker is saying that, hey, no more jam, you know. I can,
Yeah.
and some students go to the extent that I smell bad, but nobody know smell bad, so I'm okay. I wake up immediately, I go to class. I don't brush my teeth. Wow, man, this kind of statement. All right, it is real statement coming from the students. Yeah. So I think so that's why I say I may have trouble later on to ask them to come back. Hey, please come back, the physical class. You cannot be on the virtual class all the time, because as an academician, interaction is very important. Teamwork, as we have to build a character of the students as well. And this is the important part as far as our student attributes for UCSI College embedded in our study.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right then, Tom and Dr. Chong, anything else to add? If not, we can end the talk show.
Thanks. I think I'm okay.
Yeah, I just add one
you
more.
UCSI is the best, huh?
All right, thank you so much,
Thank
Lian.
Well done.
I just
Thank you so much.
add on a little bit things, a very short phrase.
Sure.
I would say MCO is a good chance. Why say good chance? It's not because of the we're not looking at the downside, but we're looking at the upside. Like, this is a good opportunity that we shift our mindset again, that students, in student point of view, I think for them may not stay in comfort zone. Some of them may stay in a comfort zone, like they are feel enjoy at home and then to study at the same time. But also encourage them. This is an opportunity to learn more things, equip themselves. Because when MCO lifted, they have to come out again and face the world. This is a fact that we are going to talk about. So let's equip. I would say equipping themselves is very important, no matter in what situation, and prepare for any kind of situation come and be agility on themselves. Right?
Yes.
And that's all for me.
Right. Okay. Thank you so much, Tom. Thank you, so much, Dr. Chong. And all right, sure, no problem. So now we'll end the talk show. On that note, I'd like to thank everyone who have joined us in today, parents and students. Now, any further inquiries about UCSI College, you can visit our website, www.ucsicollege.edu.my, and we'll have counselors there to help you and to actually guide you. Thank you so much, everyone. Have a good day.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Tom. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Tom, for
Rohi, Dr. Rizwan, Ken. Bye.